Good afternoon everyone, I'm Gary Martin and today you're joining us to talk about golf gloves because, working in a golf shop, I've seen a common pattern to what, most golfers buy when it comes to a golf glove, and we're using Footjoy as an example here, and that's because, most pro shops will carry a Footjoy selection of gloves, and that's because they're absolutely excellent quality. They're not the cheapest glove on the market, but, I've worked in golf industry long enough to know that, we don't get many Footjoy golf gloves returned, so they are quite good in quality, and, most pro shops will have these on display. And, what's led me to this video is that I've actually spent a little bit of time to read about the features and benefit of each golf glove, and I've noticed a pattern that most golfers will tend to buy one golf glove and they'll repeat buy that golf glove all year round. And I think you're doing yourself an injustice, because actually if you spend the time to read about the feature and benefit of each glove, you'll soon start to realise if you're not carrying 4 different styles of golf glove, you haven't got a golf glove for every different, condition within golf, whether it's raining, whether it's cold, whether it's sunny, whether you're going on holiday and you might have sweaty hands, So they have actually took the time to design some different styles of gloves, but we're all, always in a rush to just pick one up before we tee off, or, we can't be bothered to sort of read about the benefits of a golf glove, and we just kind of repeat buy. I've seen it so many times, and it's the Weathersoft glove that most people tend to buy, and it might not be, the Footjoy, but it's the one, most golfers tend to go for, is the one with the sort of reinforced palm and reinforced thumb. And I think that's because they're only thinking about durability. They're thinking about, how long they can get that golf glove to last. They're wanting it to last as long as possible. And, that's okay, that's fine, but I don't think that in relation to, performing your best, I certainly know that isn't, the best way to look at buying a golf glove. And, we're talking about an item in our golf collection that's going to be under £20. So in relation to buying a driver or buying, a Scotty Cameron putter or something like that, we're talking peanuts here. And, again, I've noticed where people do skimp is on balls and gloves, and they're, 2 of the items that are very important to, performance in golf. So anyway, I'll not blab any longer. Let's start off. We've already talked about the durable glove, and I think that's a great glove. There's no doubt about it. If you're a heavy practicer, if you're going to be bashing balls on driving range and hitting a couple of buckets a week, or, a couple of range sessions a week, it's very handy to have a Weathersoft glove in your bag, because, on the range, let's be honest, you just need to be able to have decent grip of the golf club, but you don't need your ultimate feeling glove. You don't need to be spending £25 on a pure touch golf glove. So I would say there is a place in your bag for a Weathersoft glove, and that's if you're a heavy practicer, if you're going to be hitting the range. But for performance, I don't think it's one that should really be getting on the golf course. If you're really keen about, your game and you want to, obviously have the best feel and control. I think, and some people are going to shoot me down here because, nobody wants to sort of spend that maybe £14 to £20 on a golf club, but there's no doubt about it, and I'm telling you this as a low handicap golfer, a leather glove, if you put a leather glove on your hand and then put a Weathersoft on your hand, it's going to feel like cardboard. So the leather gloves just offer you so much more feel and control and, feedback through the golf club. It's a phenomenal difference. So I think everybody should, consider buying a leather golf glove and having it in your bag for playing, tournament golf, if you're playing handicap golf, but not using it all the time, because that's when you're going to wear it out. If you use it to practice in and to play in, and when it rains, that's when you don't get any value out of a leather glove. So that's why I'm saying we need to start thinking about having a few different styles of gloves here, not just using the same glove all year round, or it will get expensive. So I'd keep your sort of leather glove for tournament golf, okay? Now, one that interests me quite a lot, because, I've had this quite a lot myself, is when your hands get a little bit sweaty, and this can be in summer, so it's not rainy conditions, not where you're getting your glove wet, it's just that it can be really extreme hot. And, something like a Weathersoft grip or a leather grip, once they get a little bit damp, you lose, obviously performance, and you lose grip. I've actually sometimes felt, with a driver, the grip just turn a little bit in my hands. And that's where I think, a GT Extreme, which is designed to just absorb a little bit of moisture on the palm and thumb here, it's got a little bit more of a synthetic material, which is just designed to absorb a little bit more moisture. And also what I like about this glove, if you're that kind of person that's maybe got, you know, quite chubby fingers, it's got a little bit of material in between the fingers here, so they just stretch out that little bit more. And also here across the front of the glove here, you've also got some sort of areas that sort of stretch out that little bit more. So I think this would suit the golfer that's got, we could say, a little bit of chubby hands, you know, or chubby fingers. And also available in cadets as well. If you don't know what a cadet glove is, that a cadet is when it's just a little bit more oversized, the glove, so it's a bit sort of for someone with bigger hands. And so that one would be more for sunny conditions, when there's a little bit of moisture. It could be even foggy conditions, you know, when there's that bit of moisture in the air but it's not rain. And then from there, you know, and I always bash on about the rain grip, you know, that rain glove is just absolutely key. When it's raining, you know, if you've not got these in the bag, you're at a big disadvantage, because as soon as these get wet, you know, you'll have the confidence that you're not going to, you know, your grip's not going to slip. Whereas, you know, I've been there before, and I've said this, you'll have seen this in my what's in the bag videos, where, you know, I played tournament golf and I've not had a pair of these in the bag, and it's rained, and I've been literally left with, you know, in a downswing where the clubs come out of my hand. And, you know, there's nothing worse than that. And if you've got a pair of them in your bag and it does rain, you know, you'll be looking at your playing partners, and if they've not got them, trust me, you've got a massive advantage. You've got a massive advantage on them. And then you've got your weather soft, because, you know, you might laugh at me here when I say this, but, you know, if you play all year round and you play in the winter, as soon as your hands go cold, you've blown it. You know, you might as well not even bother, because once you lose your hands, you've got no feel. You know, it's so difficult to play golf when your hands go cold. So for me, as soon as it goes cold, forget about feel, forget about durability, forget about sort of, you know, obviously these do sort of grip better when they get wet, because the palm is a rain grip palm and thumb. But obviously the back of the glove is a thermal, so it just helps keep your hands a little bit warmer. But, you know, if you haven't got a pair of them in your bag, and you've not got a pair of sort of hand warmers, whether it's, or disposable hand warmers, or whether it's like these electric hand warmers and mittens, forget it, because, you know, I can tell you, you're not going to play good golf. So we've actually talked about 5 different styles of gloves there. And, you know, let me know, guys, how many styles of gloves have you got in your bag? I'd be very interested, and, you know, I'd be very surprised if there's many people with more than 3. I would say that most people might have a pair of mittens, they might have a rain grip, and they might have a weather soft. So 3 styles of grip. And if you've got less than that, then I'd be very disappointed in you. And I think you're going to really hinder your performance by not being a little bit more open-minded, and, you know, maybe pushing the boat out a little bit, you know, and treating yourself to a leather glove for tournament golf, but keeping it for tournament golf. You know, you haven't got to have the same style of golf grip all year round, you know, because I remember being a newer golfer myself and thinking that I had to wear the same style of glove all year round so that I got consistent feel. And I don't think that's the best way to get performance. I think you've got to, you know, forget about feel, because feel's okay when it's dry and when the conditions are perfect, but when they're not, you know, there's other sort of elements that you need to consider when you're buying a golf club. So I just hope that's got you thinking for next time you're, you know, shopping for golf clubs, and you spend a little bit longer, you know, reading maybe the packet on the golf glove and making sure you're equipped for all conditions. I'll see you in a few days' time, guys. Bye.